Hope everybody is well. Cheltenham Festival 2025, it's back. Absolutely buzzing about this week. It's going to be spectacular. The best festival of the year is back. Cheltenham 2025. We're going to do a live stream Monday night, 8 p.m. Final thoughts on the year's runners and riders. But right here, right now, we're going to take a look at our selections for Cheltenham Festival 2025 Day 1, which looks absolutely spectacular. So with no further ado, let's take a look. Begin Tuesday, 1:20 p.m, and a really good gesture by Cheltenham naming this race after Michael O'Sullivan. Tragic news recently with his death, and I think really good to see that they have paid tribute to him for the Supreme Novices Hurdle, which is the Michael O'Sullivan Supreme Novices Hurdle. It gets the festival underway, just over 2 miles this race. What a race it should be. Kopek de Board. Really like the look of this horse. Hopefully I haven't butchered the pronunciation there. Evens for him currently. Willie Mullins' horse, Paul Townend, will be on board. Of course, Willie Mullins and Paul Townend, both odds on to be top jockey and top trainer at this week's festival, and I think they can begin the festival with a winner. Really outstanding performance last time out for this horse. Think he can get even better, and evens, I really do feel there is something in the price. They expected him to be much shorter and potentially will go off much shorter, but we will see. But one at a much bigger price, I like the look of it. 40-1 Carnequet is the horse that finished second to Kopek de Board last time out over in Leopardstown. And yes, he was 13 lengths behind Kopek de Board that day, but still ran really well, ran on well towards the end. We know it's another Mullins horse, so we know how much Willie likes this race, but certainly feel he is backable in each way price there. 40-1 just feels huge. Yes, 13 lengths behind Kopek de Board, but Carnequet can get better as well, in my opinion, and certainly at that type of price, with some extra places on offer with certain bookmakers, I like a little bit of a gamble there. So 2 selections for the first race. I expect Kopek de Board to get the job done, but also Carnequet at such a big price. I do like a little each way flutter on him there. Right then, 2 o'clock, it's the Arkle. Great race this, over 2 miles. One horse that a lot of people are talking about as the banker of the week, Matchbred. I'm going with him as well in this race. Do feel he will win. I feel he's such a brilliant horse, isn't he? An absolute class act, isn't he? Obviously, it's horse racing. Anything can happen, and there are some other. Obviously, there's some other really, really good horses in this race. It's just absolutely just with the one to beat, the one you expect to go there and get the job done. Really good performance last time out back in February over at the Dublin Horse Racing Festival. That was in the Arkle Novice Chase there. Won by a line 9 lengths. Won easily. Didn't really even have to try particularly hard. Won the Triumph Hurdle last year at the festival. Won that pretty well by 1.5 lengths to Cargeezy in second. But really do expect Matchbred to get the job done here. Other notable names, potential each way value. I mean, I think there's an interesting runner Only by Night, 10-1. I think she could potentially outrun those odds and maybe nick a place. But yeah, I expect Matchbred to go well in this race. The Arkle on Tuesday. Best of luck if you're having a bet on that race. We go to 2:40. It's the huge handicap 24 runners Ultima handicap chase. 3 miles, 1 furlong is the distance. We're going for 2 big price each way outsiders. While I don't think either of them will necessarily win the race. I do believe both horses are very capable of outrunning these odds. The first one, Ferrero, Bamboo, massive price here, last seen out at Doncaster earlier in January, finishing 6 of 13 that day. Didn't run particularly well that day, but certainly has shown decent potential in the past. I thought a really decent performance last year at the festival, 6 of 21. That was in the plate handicap, so a slightly different race. This one a bit further for him, but I feel he's got the ability to certainly outrun those odds in what is a wide open race. His mark looks okay-ish, but I can't resist him at that big price. Another one, a massive price as well. Zanahir, another horse that's done okay at the festival in the past. A decent fourth last year. That was in the Turners Novices Chase. Obviously shorter distance that one. That's a 2 mile 4, so a little bit further for him to go in this race. But certainly feel he's got the capability of doing such things. A horse that's really has had some good results. Had a decent result at Galway as well last year. That was over just under 3 miles at the festival there. A really decent run. So certainly feel this horse has got potential to outrun those odds. 2 massive prizes in what will be a really interesting wide open race. Best of luck if you are having a bet on this race. Next we go to 3:20, and it's the Mares Hurdle. And one horse I really do like the chances to go back to back here, as Lossiemouth declared for the Mares. There were rumours potentially that she would go for the Champion Hurdle, but it was decided she will defend her crown in the Mares and fancy her to get the job done. There's obviously some quality in this race, and there's a bit of depth to the race, but she is the stand-out horse. I do really fancy her to go back to back. Did fall last time out, so maybe that's why the price not quite as short as we would expect. It's still very skinny, 8 to 11, but potentially would have been slightly shorter if she didn't have the fall last time out. I really do fancy her to go well and win this race. Obviously had that second to Constitution Hill at Kempton Park on Boxing Day in the Christmas Hurdle. But we know how good Constitution Hill is, of course, and this is the Mares. This is a different type of race, and I do expect her to get that job done. Very skinny price. Anything can happen. It is horse racing, but Lossiemouth will be my pick for the 3:20 Mares Hurdle. And then finally we move to the big one for Tuesday, the Champion Hurdle. What an exciting race this is going to be. Constitution Hill, the superstar horse, goes up against Brighter Days Ahead. Constitution Hill around 8 to 13. Brighter Days Ahead, you can see we are selecting her 2 to 1. She could have gone to the Mares, but Gordon Elliott and team have decided to stick her into the Champion Hurdle here, and I fancy her to spring a bit of a surprise and overturn the superstar horse Constitution Hill. Just think Brighter Days Ahead run was so good last time out. Constitution Hill is always going to be favourite for this race. It's a fascinating race, it really is, but I feel the value is in Brighter Days Ahead. 2 to 1 is still pretty short, and a lot of people of course are saying this is going to be a 2-horse race. Will it be? We will see. Just fancy Brighter Days Ahead there. So 7 runners expected for this race. I'm sticking in Golden Ace there. Obviously the odds massively skewed because the top of the market is so short. Constitution at 8 to 13. Brighter Days Ahead 2 to 1. State Man around 8 to 1. So then Golden Ace at 40 to 1. If you get 3 places somewhere, you can back 3 places on the exchanges quite frequently, even with 7 runners. I do like Golden Ace to go well in this race. Obviously really good record. Good win last year at the festival. Pretty damn good horse really. Very few blemishes on his record, on her record rather. I just feel she has the ability to outrun those odds. And whilst, you probably want to be getting 3 places with Golden Ace, I will caveat it with that. But do fancy her to get in the top 3 at a big price. So look out for extra places or backing the top 3 for that one. Golden Ace. Do like the look of her to give this a good go. So that is the Champion Hurdle. That is our bets for day one. Some interesting selections there. I'm sure that will provoke some debate. But yeah, we'll be on a live stream Monday night, 8 p.m. And we'll be back with some more selections for the rest of the week. Best of luck to every single person who is watching this, who's going to be having a bet over this week at Cheltenham. It's a long week. It's a great 4 days of action. Wish you all the best. Let's hope we see some great quality racing, and really with some skinny prices on day one, the bookmakers could be in for a bit of a bashing, but we will see. Anyway, take care all and speak again very, very soon.